once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because I've been wanting to do a video, review regarding this movie for a while now, and I finally had the opportunity to do so here we goes. Today we're gonna be talking about The Almond and the Seahorse. This is actually a drama film and it was released late 2022. So basically the story is about two ladies that have very similar lives. They both actually are dealing with partners who have severe brain damage and have severe amnesia. This is a movie that I would definitely recommend you guys to go watch because it's so interesting on how things develop during the movie. So if you guys have watched this movie, please let me know down below in the comments what are your personal thoughts on it, because I would really like to know your thoughts on it as well, and I would definitely recommend you guys to go watch it. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will also not be giving out the full details regarding the movie. If you guys want the full complete details, I will definitely recommend you guys to go watch it. I will just point out some very important points that I want you guys to know before watching the movie. So let's get right into it. So basically, like I already said, Toni and Sarah, they have partners that have severe brain damage, and they are trying to cope with this new reality that they have to deal with. So basically, let's start with Toni. So Toni and Gwen, they've been together for 13 years, but Gwen got into a car accident when she was pregnant, and she ended up having severe brain damage, and it's been 13 years that they've been dealing with her brain situation, illness, and it haven't been going well. Toni is getting very weak. Gwen is getting worse as time progresses. So every morning Toni has to remind Gwen who she is, who Toni is, what they are, and what happened. So they comes like doing this after a period of time could be very very heavy on a person mental health. So basically Toni ends up reaching out to this doctor and tells her, hey, Gwen is getting worse, she needs help. We've been doing everything that is recommended, but it's not helping. As time progresses, it's only getting worse and worse. So the doctor tells her that she needs to bring Gwen to the hospital so that she can get professional help and actually stay in the hospital. And on the other hand, Sarah is dealing with something also very similar. So basically, her husband had a tumor, and that tumor, when it was removed, ended up causing him brain damage, and that's how he started to have amnesia. But his amnesia is also only been going around like for 5 years, and she really loves her husband, Joe. She really loves him, and she's really sticking by himself and helping him get better, but he's not getting better at all. But Joe and Sarah, they want to have kids, but Sarah doesn't know if she's ready to to have a kid with Joe because of these circumstances that life have presented them. So basically Joe also ends up going to the hospital to get treatment because a doctor told Sarah that he wasn't getting better and that he was starting to lose the memories that he's currently gaining. So they need to they need to put him under observation. And of course Sarah was against it because she never been so long without her husband. She always drops him off and pick him up, but this time he actually had to stay. It was a very difficult moment, and that's how actually Toni and Sarah actually ended up, mainly because they had this thing in common. So Toni and Sarah, they ended up going out for dinner. They met and had very good conversation. They could definitely understand each other's life journey and how things has progresses, and they ended up having this secret affair while their partners was in the hospital. But at this point, Toni had already broken up with Gwen because she couldn't do it anymore, but Sarah was still with Joe. So while Joe was in the clinic getting treatment, Toni and Sarah, they ended up hooking up, and things started to get complicated because Toni wanted more out of Sarah, and Sarah wasn't ready to to leave her husband because she loves him deeply. But they tried to make things work between them Toni and Sarah, they did try to make things work for them. They went on dates, they were spending a lot of time together, they were like really cordially dating and getting intimate with one another. But one day Sarah woke up and she had decided to end things with Toni. She just said that she loves Joe and she wants to go back to her husband. She can't do this anymore and that she have tried. So of course Toni was heartbroken because she just opened herself to someone, and now and now her heart is broken again. But okay, Toni, she's also grown, so she ended up upsetting the situation and she moved forward with it. And then the two ladies ended up ending their love affair. So Toni and Gwen actually got back together. Gwen realized that she's like her memory ain't coming back, but they made new adjustment, so that Toni and Gwen can better their relationship. And Gwen had actually, started to take her treatment at the hospital more serious, so her and Toni's relationship actually got better. And on the other hand, Sarah and Joe ended up having a son, but even though Joe don't remember his son, they spend every day together. So every day, Sarah has to remind Joe who the little boy is, because the boy is 5 years old. So Sarah and Joe, they actually have a happy ending. They also figured out the way on how to go better with the situation that they are presented with, and things got better. And at the end of the movie, Toni and Sarah finally met each other again after 5 years, and they had a conversation. And Sarah and Toni ended up thanking one another, because them parting ways and they actually ending their love affair was the right thing to do, because they have two people that really love them, such as Gwen and Joe, that wants to be with them, but because of the circumstances that they have with themselves, it's not possible to give them what they really want, they need. But they understood that they have two people that love them, and the best thing for them at that prior moment was for them to split. And they actually had a good mature conversation, and they parted ways in very much as peace. So that was something very good to see. Toni got better. Gwen actually got better. My bad. Gwen actually got better because before she wasn't playing. She's a musician and she wasn't playing her instrument. But as soon as she went to the treatment facility, she started to play her instrument again, and she was starting to connect with music again. So that really helped her also to get better. Even though she didn't recover completely, but it helped her with her treatment process. And Toni was so happy for her, because she know how important music is to Gwen, and that really helped her. So things between them also got very good. Sarah and Joe also have a very good ending, even though regardless of the circumstances. But if you guys want the full details regarding this movie, I will definitely recommend you guys to go watch it, because it's impossible to cover the whole movie in one video. So go watch the movie. The movie is called The Almond and the Seahorse. It's a drama, and it was released in 2022. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have watched it as well. And I also want to say thank you so much once again for all the love and all the support. And I've also activated the super stickers to the channel, just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. I will also really appreciate that. So once again, guys, this movie is probably one of the best movies I have watched in 2022, and I'm really happy that Toni and Sarah didn't continue with their love affair, because I know that Gwen and Joe really loves their partners. They really do, and I'm really